Good morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris and Christian Morgan.
Yeah, we know some of you are just jumping on our feed. We went live a couple seconds ago, so we have some great talkers for you today we know are going to pique your interest. This first one might be relatable. Are you rubbing your eyes today, trying to clear your vision? It's not your eyesight playing tricks on you. The air quality, as Christian has been reporting, is lower than normal.
So here's why. The smoke from wildfires burning thousands and thousands of miles away out west in Canada is headed here. Meteorologist Christian Morgan is breaking things down. Why is this happening, Christian, and what's the impact here?
Well, you know, it's pretty out of the ordinary for us, but if the weather setup is just right, it can happen. Live look over downtown Greensboro right now. Notice the sun is up, but you don't see that beautiful Carolina blue sky like we normally have. It's very hazy outside, and that's all smoke from the wildfires. And like you mentioned, that air quality forecast is a little lower than it normally is. So we're in that code yellow today, which is the moderate category today and tomorrow. And what that means is if you have breathing trouble or breathing issues, you might want to plan to spend more time indoors today as opposed to being outdoors. Okay, so why is all of this happening? Why is all the smoke from wildfires out west and up in Canada? How's it getting here? Well, there's a band of speedy winds high up in the atmosphere. We talk about it all the time. It's called the jet stream. And our jet stream is actually carrying that smoke from the wildfires all the way from out west, Oregon, Canada, and bringing it right down into the Carolinas. You see that band of the smoke that I've got kind of plotted here on this map? That really kind of follows the jet stream and follows the track of those speedy winds in the higher levels of the atmosphere. So it's carrying the smoke over into the East Coast. So it's high up in the atmosphere, which means you're not really going to smell it, but you'll be able to see it, not only today, but for the next couple days. And it does have an impact on our air quality, which is why we're in that code yellow today and also tomorrow. And I would expect we'd probably be in that yellow code for Friday as well. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that. For now, it's really not a bad morning to be outside. Mid-60s out the door in the Triad, a little bit cooler along that North Carolina-Virginia border, and a little bit warmer down to the south, further south of the Triad that you go. And honestly, depending on where you live in the area, it either feels really comfortable to be outside or it feels like soup. Low 60s for dew points, North Carolina-Virginia border. Boone looks good to me right now, mid-50s for dew points near 70 if you go further to the south. 68 in Asheboro, 70 in Pinehurst, Troy, 68 in Albemarle as well. Of course, cold front that brought us the rain earlier in the week, and actually that torrential rain and those storms over the last several days has now settled down to our south. Hasn't really moved, but today it'll wash out or kind of fizzle out, if you will. And another cold front will move across the area going into your Thursday. That one you're not going to notice. There's no moisture with it. It really doesn't help to cool our temperatures off. It really just kind of reinforces high pressure and keeps sunshine and dry weather around for another day and a couple more days as we go into the end of the week. So for today, here's the plan. No rain, no storms to deal with. We're back in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees in some spots, and you will notice, very noticeable, much more than yesterday. You'll see that smokiness or that haziness in the sky. That'll stick with us for the next several days, really probably through Friday or Saturday. Tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies, mid-60s for those overnight lows. Just some little record keeping, some bookkeeping purposes here. It seems like July has been really, really wet for some folks, doesn't it? We've had 8 wet days, 12 dry days. So the dry days do outweigh the wet days. But notice that rain total there on the bottom right of your screen, over 5 inches of rain, and a lot of that has really come over the last 3 or 4 days, really over the weekend and over the beginning of this week. So we are doing just fine in the rain department. We will not be talking about the drought in North Carolina for some time to come. For here and now, it's just kind of typical summertime weather after today and tomorrow. Staying dry today, staying dry tomorrow. Low chances for pop-up showers and thunderstorms each afternoon as we go into the weekend, and our temperatures will be right there near 90 each day.
All right, a couple people on our feed observed that they have not noticed this, but yesterday when I was driving home from work, I was trying to wipe off my windshield because I thought that it was dirty. And then I was wondering, why is there so much dust in the air? Thinking maybe there was a fire in our area. But to think that this jet stream, Christian, is so powerful that it's taking this dust and this haze from the wildfires all the way out in Oregon, the Pacific Northwest, through Canada, down to us is pretty amazing.
It's pretty crazy. You know, we talk a lot about it, especially in winter. We talk about it being our storm track, if you will. So a lot of times what we want in winter is for one of those storms to form down south and for the jet stream to carry it up into North Carolina, and everything matches up for us to get snow. So the same kind of situation is unfolding for us. So that jet stream is really the storm track or the track that weather patterns or weather systems will take. So speedy winds higher up in the atmosphere. It's carrying that stuff all the way from the west coast all the way here. It's pretty incredible.
All right. So what's the impact on us, especially if we have some type of breathing issue? You mentioned code orange.
Yeah, code yellow for today and tomorrow. So while it's not all that bad, if you do have breathing trouble or you have breathing issues, just be mindful of that. Maybe plan to spend a little extra time indoors today as opposed to spending prolonged amounts of time outdoors today. Of course, you'll be able to notice it. Like I said, you're not going to be able to really smell it too much because it's so high in the atmosphere, but you'll be able to see it. And especially if you have those breathing issues, you'll be able to tell it. It'll really be working on you if you're outside.
Nice. All right. Well, we will definitely be looking up, and instead of wondering, we'll have the answers because we'll remember what you said.
I'll say this too. It's not a guarantee, but sometimes this smoke and this haziness can make for some pretty interesting sunrises and sunsets. I say interesting because they're not always vibrant or really colorful, but they can make for an interesting sunrise or sunset for the next couple of days. So kind of keep an eye out. You might catch something pretty cool.
Yeah, I did notice today's sunrise over the city of Greensboro was phenomenal. And it's had pinks and yellows. It looked like Easter morning. It was so great. I loved it.
So keep an eye out for that. It can have that impact on it too.
All right, so check out this cool picture. You won't see haze in this shot, but it certainly is something amazing to look at. Exactly, right? Beautiful. So on the Good Morning Show, we asked you to share your favorite North Carolina pictures with us. And this one came in from Richard Johnson from Burlington, B-Town. He snapped this shot from the bridge heading to Emerald Isle from one of the inlets there, and he just snapped a beautiful shot. It's gorgeous.
Wow. Wonder what kind of camera he took that on. That's amazing. The colors in that. Okay, it's 7:52. Let's get to our morning headlines now. Guilford County School says it's waiting to see whether the state recommends masking up this upcoming school year. This after the Randolph County School Board voted yesterday not to require masks this fall. Meanwhile, Winston-Salem, Forsyth County Schools, Yadkin, Stokes, Rockingham, and Davie County say they are in a holding pattern. The state health department plans an announcement on schools and masks sometime this week. Getting treatments and annual checkups just got easier. Cone Health is bringing health care to the community with its new mobile health program. The medicine, screening, and mammography units are hitting the streets, and WFMY News' Denise McMiller explains how this unit will really save lives.
Within the Cone Health system, between 80 and 100 people are diagnosed with cancer each month. But with their new mobile screening unit, they'll be able to save more lives with earlier detection, leading to better patient outcomes. And on the unit, men and women will have the opportunity to get screened for a variety of cancer types. Cone Health says it's about more than just getting an appointment, but also about access to health education. The mammography unit will travel from Guilford to Rockingham, Randolph, and Alamance counties, removing transportation barriers that have kept folks from getting the care they need.
Have that access as well as be able to remain healthier because, you know, if we can catch any type of illness or disease on the front end, it will make our community, the people in our community, much healthier in the future. Also, prevent patients from having to go to the hospital and be admitted.
Care is provided to anyone regardless of their health insurance or income. And you can find the mobile cancer screening unit outside of Cone Health's Med Center for Women on Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can find their full schedule on our website at WFMYnews2.com.
Well, today the state will draw another set of names in the third round of the North Carolina Vaccine Lottery. One adult will win $1 million, and someone ages 12 to 17 will win a $125,000 scholarship. The names will be drawn at random today, but it could take several days to announce the winners. A fast food option is back on the table in Greensboro, thank goodness. The Chick-fil-A on PISGAH Church Road is back open. The popular location closed a few months ago while crews were building a new drive-thru with 2 lanes. Regulars like me and Christian remember those long lines outside of the restaurant during peak hours. Chick-fil-A hasn't said if they made any other upgrades, but Christian, you noticed also that the dine-in service is back open.
I did notice that. I also noticed that the ice cream machine was not working last night.
Oh, big things to notice.
About to have a big prayer meeting at Chick-fil-A.
That's so funny. So this is interesting. Our producer in the newsroom, when we were putting together this segment, asked me, is fast food considered junk food? And I thought, not necessarily. It depends on what you get. So the reason that this came up is because it is National Junk Food Day, and we're asking you, what is your favorite junk food of all time? Let us know in the comments below. And I saw a couple comments earlier coming in from people way on the spectrum on different sides, from like popcorn to French fries, burgers, pizza. Some stuff that I don't even consider junk food necessarily.
Yeah, I asked this on my Facebook page earlier. People said candy. People also said, different variations of M&Ms. And then I got into a whole big discussion of the proper way to eat a Reese's. It came up, and so I'll bring it up again. There's only one way. Okay, wait. Okay, so there are 3 ways. You can eat them whole. You can eat the little edges first, like a little gerbil, bite around the edges. Or you can poke a hole through the middle and eat the middle part and then eat the outside. So, this is going way off topic, but since Christian always seems to kind of endure my nonsense, what's the only way?
Mine is blown here.
What's the only way to do it?
I didn't know I just thought you pulled it out of the pack and just ate it. 2 bites, done. I never even thought about sticking sticking a stick through the middle and the center part coming out. What's that about?
Okay, I guess I had an active imagination as a child.
Well, not necessarily, because Carol agrees with you. She said eat the chocolate and then the middle. Huh. So there are different ways to eat it.
Yeah, growing up in Alamance, Guilford, just not a lot to do. And Reese's, we just kind of came up with cool ways to eat it. My brother always was the gerbil. He went all around.
I feel like gnawing around the edges.
Yeah.
I feel like doing that, my parents would have told me to stop.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Okay.
They did. But they still did it. But anyway, that's not even my go-to snack. If I'm going to indulge on junk food, which I haven't really done a lot these days, I'm going with Cheetos. Yes, they're just good. And even when you only have like a handful, you feel like, okay, I had enough. I feel like some things like peanut M&Ms, you can't get enough. I always feel like I have to grab more because I'm not satisfied. But with like Cheetos, I'm like, okay, I got enough.
Okay, they're still talking about the Reese's conversation. Heather said I used to push the middle out of the Reese's and then eat the outside.
Yes, Heather!
And then the middle.
That's so much work.
I did the same thing. Granted, it shouldn't be a thing, but it's a thing. Heather, are you from, where are you from? I'm just curious if it's a regional, like, North Carolina thing or, well, you're from North Carolina?
I have no answer.
This is crazy.
I guess it does take you longer to eat the Reese's if you mess with it a little bit. Christian said just pulling out of the packet, it takes like 2 bites, which is true, so you don't really savor it as much.
Correct.
But you eat it as intended, I think, which is the equal combination of the chocolate and the peanut butter together.
Right. Keep in mind, I developed these crazy things when I was a child, and they just stuck through time. Yeah,
That's
so
funny.
I don't know if as an adult I would necessarily grab a Reese's out of the vending machine and start, gnawing away. I'd have a little bit more etiquette these days, but it is interesting to note that other people did the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe if I tasted the Reese's instead of inhaling it, then by the time I got done, I wouldn't feel like I got cheated. I feel like 2 in a pack is cheating me, but maybe that's just because I eat them too fast. 4 bites and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you have a tummy ache when you're done because
So
it's
Heather,
just like so much sugar.
Heather said she was born and raised in Guilford County. Thank you for answering.
There you go.
All right, so let's get to some of the other responses that are not about my obsession with how you eat Reese's. Let's see. Isaac says, my favorite junk food is cheese. Oh. I consider that like a healthy treat.
Me too.
Bobby says he likes all flavors of Doritos.
Yes.
Let's see. Oreos is my weakness, says Jason. And
Does Jason eat the cream and then eat the chocolate cookie?
I don't know. Jason,
no.
How do you eat your Oreo?
Again.
Do you break it apart? Do you eat the middle? This Christian wants to know.
I'm just asking.
It's a great question.
You brought up the Reese's. It has to. You got to know.
Yeah, this is an interactive show. So.
It is. I eat it dunked in milk. I love the Oreos soft, but then you end up eating like 20 of them because they go fast. Anyway, so my favorite junk food would be kettle cooked chips. I love those. French fries, love fries, and apparently my son does too, because the other day at a restaurant, he had never done this before. He just like subtly reached over and started
He grabbed your fries.
started grabbing fries off my plate.
That's
He was in
hilarious.
his high chair and he was so quiet about it, and I was just like talking, and he was just taking him off my plate, and I'm like, wait a second,
That's
where did
hilarious.
Mama's fries go?
Right.
And he's
Oh,
like,
that's so funny.
he's like, his cheeks
He's
are
like,
full
you don't
with the
need
fries. So funny. Anyway, yeah, we do feed him healthy foods, but occasionally, because apparently I order fries, he gets a taste of them too.
Yeah, I'm literally in tears. That's so hilarious.
Pretzel M&Ms are amazing as well.
Oh,
Ooh, those are
I've
good.
never had those.
Yeah.
Tamrika says she doesn't eat candy, ice cream, chips. Very rarely she eats sandwiches. So,
No.
or she rarely puts chips on sandwiches, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Alex said my favorite junk food is chocolate.
Yes.
And oh yeah, Carol says she loves popcorn. Sandra says ice cream. Joanne says buy the small Reese's and eat them whole. So did Jason
works.
ever get back to
Gosh.
you?
Not that I've seen. I don't know.
Carol did though. She said break
Oh.
them apart, eat one side, then eat two with double icing.
Or double stuffed Oreos takes care of that.
Oh yeah, the double stuffed ones.
Okay.
Oh, Jason did get back.
says he
Okay.
does both. Sometimes he'll pull them apart and eat the cream, but 90% he just eats it like normal.
I love he broke it down by percentages.
90%. The other 10%, you never know what he's going to do.
So awesome.
That is so funny.
All right, so celebrate National Junk Food Day with your favorite junk snack. And, you know, don't have too much, but go in a little bit.
Enjoy.
Go for the ice cream. Ice cream is my weakness.
Oh, yeah, and you were saying that you have a favorite flavor last week. Was it Moose Tracks?
No, you were close. I don't-
Brownie
actually,
fudge?
No, now you're getting further away. Raspberry white chocolate.
Oh, I wasn't
That's
even
right.
really close.
Yeah.
Well, the Moose Tracks is mixed up with other stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'll give you that.
Okay, thank you.
I don't really consider ice cream like an all-out junk food either, because unless you load it with candy. I mean, it's dairy at its core.
Right.
So then do we break it down and do we say that junk food is more like snack?
Like
type
processed snack
stuff?
foods.
Yeah,
Snack
okay.
food?
That's what I think of junk
Okay.
food.
So
Yeah.
Cheez-Its and chocolate maybe would be mine.
I think it's different on the
Yeah.
person. I mean, and especially since no one wants to admit that they feast on junk food. You're going to be like, oh, this Chick-fil-A right here is not junk food. It's my dinner. You know what I mean? You're not going to say that.
It's the Lord's chicken.
It is.
Yeah, but you know a way to trick a child into eating healthy when they think they're eating junk
Christian
food?
is on 10.
By the veggie straws. Those are a huge hit in my house.
Oh.
My little guy like rips open the pantry door, rips out the veggie straws, takes the clip off, and starts eating them. So I'm like, hey, at least they're better than like the Lay's that are also. in
They're
the
really
pantry.
good. I
They
like those
are.
things. Yeah.
It's an acquired taste, but yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna munch on.
Well, make sure you don't tap his little hand. Don't want him to cry. All right, let's take a look at the last check of the forecast, and then we'll be ready to say goodbye.
Sure. 3 H's today: hot, hazy, humid. Got them all, I think. Back near 90 degrees again this afternoon. And you will notice that haze not only in the sky today, but also tomorrow and again on Friday. And for the next several days, it's going to take it a while for it to get out of here. It's so strong. That jet stream is strong, carrying all that smoke from the western wildfires and some wildfires up in Canada too. So mainly staying dry today. We'll stay dry for your Thursday. Again, by the time we end the week and go into the weekend, it's just back to typical July summertime kind of stuff. Low chances for pop-up showers and thunderstorms each afternoon. And we'll run our temperatures, of course, right near that 90-degree mark for the foreseeable future. If there looks to be any change, I will hoot and holler and let you know.
Hoot and holler. Two
Yes.
more H's.
Yeah, 2 more H's.
It's a hoot
We've got
and holler
5
type
now.
of forecast.
Well, no, and today I was just like, oh, you know, on the feed, someone said happy hump day. And I was like, a hot, hazy, humid, happy hump day. I wish it were a holiday because then I could use the H instead of the day, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, Sandra brought up a good point here.
Such a
She
poet.
said, it's all about the portion. Sometimes we don't know when to stop. So if I'm going to indulge on junk food, I will do 10 jumping jacks and 10 squats on the spot. like as soon as I'm
Really?
done eating. Yeah, just to feel
Wow.
like I've done something.
Is
And
that-
I did that 3 times yesterday. My physical trainer says you should do that after every meal to get your body moving and your
Oh.
circulatory system going. And
I would throw up.
right, but I don't do it after every meal. I only do it after junk food. So if you feel
Is that-
like you've got to like go hard today, just do 10 jumping jacks, 10 squats.
Does that count for after you gnaw around the edge of the Reese's?
Yes, it does.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Or punch a hole through the middle. All right, just a little tip.
Okay. All right. A couple more questions coming in about the haze and
Oh.
people wanting to
Yeah.
see, just in general, they want to know where this is, where it's coming from. So Christian, will you recap for us?
Sure, yeah, so we have wildfires that are burning out in the western part of the country, so especially in southern Oregon. There's also wildfires burning up in Canada as well. And we have strong upper level winds, or what we call the jet stream. It's really our storm track, and it kind of moves weather systems and weather patterns across the country. So that jet stream is strong right now, and the way it's positioned is just positioned perfectly where it carries all of that smoke from the wildfires all the way to the East Coast and down into the Carolinas. So the smoke that we're getting is high up in the atmosphere, so you're probably not going to be able to smell it, but you will definitely be able to see it and notice it if you look up in the sky. Actually, I've had some folks sharing some pictures this morning, one of Pilot Mountain where you can see it, but you can't really make out Pilot Mountain. It's kind of tough to see because of all of that haze. So that will stick with us for the next couple days, and it does impact our air quality. It's a little lower than it would normally be. And basically, if you have breathing issues or you have breathing trouble, just kind of be mindful of that. Probably a better idea to spend more time indoors as opposed to being outdoors today and over the next several days, of course. So we'll keep you updated on that, but it'll be here for the next few days. You'll be able to see it in the sky.
All right, thank you, Christian,
Sure.
and thank you all of you for joining us on our live chat. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow, right at 7:45.
All right. Take care.